One thing I wanted to tell you guys, and I don't know if you guys have the same thoughts on this. Yesterday, I was going through MLB Reddit as I do every day. I just like to keep up with that kind of stuff. And there was an interesting thread. And someone did a thread saying, "You're starting a baseball team today. You have the first overall pick of a massive draft. Who are you taking?" And for some reason, I don't even know why this is. My initial thought when I thought about this, you guys might like this, was Julio Rodriguez. I didn't think of Ronald Acuna, who a lot of people had in the comments as their guy. I didn't think of Shohei Ohtani. I didn't think of like Adley Rutschman. I didn't think of all these young starting pitchers. For some reason, my first gut instinct was Julio Rodriguez. Now, again, for a lot of non-Mariners fans, they might not realize, they might have just tuned out, at the All-Star break when they saw his numbers at the All-Star game. Had it not been for Shohei Ohtani, had it not been for Corey Seager's incredible season he's having, Julio Rodriguez would probably be right at the top of the MVP conversation. So I want to hear from you two guys about what it's like seeing Julio on a day-to-day basis. And do you think he's exceeded your expectations that you set for him at the beginning of the season?
We joked and thought it was a down year, really. Through as soon as the trade deadline hit, we were sitting here still kind of waiting. And I think the message we kept pounding through is that the Mariners weren't going to turn around until Julio did. And then he spent the month of August hitting over 400, and not just 400, WRC plus above 200, which we like that stat way more than batting average. I know you do too.
I do too, TJ. I love that stat more than batting average. My co-host probably wouldn't agree, but I agree with you.
Yeah, well, where is he to fight back? Where are you at, Josh?
Unfortunately, with the Ontario rain.
Okay.
But he's in Vegas, so he's probably actually having a pretty good time right now.
Oh, I don't doubt it. We're big fans of Vegas on this podcast. But we're sitting here, in September now, and the Mariners starting pitching, again, as we mentioned, it's been just so key into them winning games. But they didn't start actually winning and climbing back into the playoff ranks until Julio started being Julio and really igniting this offense. It's just such a different offense when Julio Rodriguez is doing everything he does. And if you think about this, Blake, I mean, the dude is built almost like a tight end. He's 6'3", he's 230 pounds, but unlike a tight end, the dude is one of the fastest players in baseball. He's one of the best center fielders in baseball, on top of his now 30-30 power, the 44th player ever to go for a 30-30 season. It's really special. The hit tool is there. I mean, he strikes out a little bit too much. He doesn't walk quite as much as a Juan Soto would. He doesn't cut his strikeouts down as much as a Ronald Acuna does, but he really just hammers the baseball and he hits it a lot. That dude's special. And the most important thing, I mean, he's always got a smile on his face.
Who else would even be in that conversation for a startup roster with one player right now? You could probably throw Corbin Carroll in there. You can probably throw Acuna in there. I don't even know if I throw Soto in there because he just doesn't play any defense. It's probably those three?
Yeah, I was going to say Juan Soto, but the fact that he's probably going to be a full-time DH starting next year might kind of limit that just a little. But yeah, I mean, I think, maybe those couple, like a lot of people had Adley Rutschman on the list just because he's probably the best catcher right now in baseball at such a young age. But yeah, when you take into account Julio's age, his production offensively, defensively, I mean, he's electric, like you guys said. I think you can make the case for Julio. Like I said, that was the one that came to mind, not Acuna. Maybe that's because I'm a little salty right now about the MVP race, but Julio was the guy that if I was building a team around, like I got the first overall pick, I'd be taking Julio.
What'd you think about Mookie for that, Blake? I mean, that dude is aging like fine wine.
There's a certain guy that lost his job today with the Boston Red Sox, and I got a feeling the Mookie had a small part to play in that.
So just a little bit. Just a little bit. Good thing all those prospects are working out.
Right? Hey, man. Connor Wong's looking great.
Yeah, do the Dodgers still need another outfielder? Verdugo might be on the trade block.